Good afternoon. So today we are starting with our database report. Right, so as you can see, I have highlighted this part of calculations in green, meaning that we won't be doing it in this video. It will be covered in the next video. So make sure you tune in so that you can see how calculations are done on a report. Today we'll just be looking at the basic report, how you can do it or how you can create it, and also the first looks of how a report looks like, how you can work around it or how you can use it to present your information. Right, so a report in a database shows a summarized overview or a detailed overview of information like monthly sales or totals or customer purchase histories. So in a way, they make the raw data to look more understandable using formats such as tables or charts or text, and this allows you, the user, to actually analyze the trends, to share the results. So in a way, a report is like a result, to share the results with others. Right, so we are going straight to it. I am not going to create a new database from scratch. I am just going to save a database that we already have in our storage, and then I'll be using it for demonstration on how you can create a report. Right, so let me just access the file, and then I'll quickly open it. Let me just copy this one. I'm gonna paste it on the desktop, and then we will work on it from there. There you go. This is the name of our database file, volunteer usizo 5_5. I'm going to open the file and then we can go straight into it. Right, just a second as the file opens. There you go. We have our file open. So as you can see, we already have two reports created here. The first report is written interest of volunteers, and then we also have list of volunteers and interest. Right, so I will just open the first one so that you can see how the report actually looks like. So this is how a report in a database looks like. Right, so there you have it. You have the interest, the school, the grade, the surname, the first name, and you can see that this report has groupings in it, right? You can see that under the interest birds, there are 4 schools, né? And also another grouping is the school. As you can see, we have this school with these grade 11s, the grade 12s, and this school, those numbers of grades, and then all under the same interest of beds, meaning in this report we have a detailed summary with groupings of different schools with the same interest. Right, now let's check the view options of the report. So the view option right here, when you click on the down arrow, you can see that right now you are on the actual report view, meaning how the report looks like after designing it. And then we also have the print preview. I'm going to click here so that you can see. On the print preview, it actually shows you how the report will look like when you print it out on an A4 document, right? As you can see here, it's written page 1 of 4, meaning you can use the navigation here to click next to see what's on page 2. There you go, page 2 of 4, page 3, and also page 4, right? So this is the print preview. It allows you to zoom in and out. There you go. Right, then now when you are done working or checking the print preview, you can then use this icon to close it. Right, so I'm going to close the print preview so that we can return to the report. So after closing, there you go, we are going to then check the next view. Right, when you click on the down arrow here, the next view under print preview, it's the layout view. And then the last one is the design view. Okay, so this is how the layout preview looks like. So the layout shows you the design of your report. As you can see, this is the stepped layout. You'll actually see it as I proceed with the video on how this was selected, right? And then the next view, or the last view, is the design view. This is the view that you use to modify your report and also to do calculations on your report. So this is how the design view of a report looks like. Right, so I am now going to move from this view and then just close the project, and then we are going to create our own report from scratch using the table volunteer data. Right, let me close the table, the report. There you go. I am going to open the table volunteer data so that you can see the data that's in it. So you have fields like IDs, first name, surname, age, cell number, up until the shift amount, right? So we are now going to create a report using some of the fields from this table. Okay, so you are going to click on the Create tab. And then, as you can see, we have dealt with the tables, we have dealt with the queries. We will come back to the forms, but today we are going to create a report. In this case, because it's the first time, I would suggest and recommend for people to make use of the report wizard, because it's going to guide you step by step on how you can create your report. There you go. So I'm going to click on the report wizard. Right. Okay. After opening the report wizard, you should have this window, right? So as you can see, you can create a report from a query or from a table. So when you click on this down arrow, you'll actually get to see that you have 2 queries in this database and 1 report. And we are going to create our report using the table volunteer data. It is very important for you to verify if you are using the correct query or the correct table before you start inserting the fields to your report. So we are going to select the volunteer data table, and then we're going to add some few fields. We are going to start with the interest field. So first you click on the field and then you use the forward arrow. You will see it moving to the selected field. And then we are also going to add the grade. We're going to add the grade as our second field. We also want the first name as our third field. And then the last name is the shift amount. There you go. We now have 4 fields selected. Then what you have to do now is to click next. Do not click finish until you complete all the steps. Next. Right, so now the wizard is guiding you again to check if you want to add any grouping levels on your report. And yes, we do want to group our report using both the interest and the grade. So what you're going to do is you click on the field interest, you click on the forward arrow. You will see that now the field has been moved to be on top of those fields, meaning that these 3 fields are grouped under the field interest. We are going to group our report twice. We want to group it using interest and the grade. There you go. You'll select the grade field, forward arrow. Now you have it. So it means the first name and the shift amounts, they are both grouped under the heading or under the field grade and the field interest. Now you can click next. And then the next step is about sorting whatever field is requested by the question. So in the test or in the exam, you will be prompted or you will be asked to sort your report using a particular field. In this case, we are going to sort our report using the first name. So what you're going to do is you click on the down arrow and then you select the field first name. So as you can see, you can either set or sort your first name in ascending or descending order. So if it is requested that you use descending order, you just have to click here on the word ascending. You will see it changing to descending. But then in this case, let us sort our first name in ascending order. So I'm going to click on descending, and then it will then move back to ascending, meaning in alphabetical order. Right, then now you can click next. And then this is the layout part that I spoke of when we started, right? So here you have 3 types of layout that you can choose for your report, and you actually get to see right here on the preview on how the layout will look like. As you can see, the stepped layout looks something like this. When you select the block layout, it looks like this. When you select the outline, it looks something like this, right? So we are going to use the outline layout, and we are going to leave our orientation of the report as portrait, because we only have 4 fields, meaning the portrait margins will be able to accommodate our data, right? Then now we can go to the next step. The next step, which is the last step, it's the title of your report. So as you can see, the database suggested a name that you can use for your report, which is volunteer data, right? So you can leave it as it is, or you make it volunteer data report. But then you shouldn't worry, because after saving, this report will be categorized in the report section. So even if it has the same name as the table, it won't be a problem. So as you can see, the last step says, do you want to preview the report or modify the report's design? Yes, we want to preview it. We will then modify after checking if the report actually has everything that we want in it, right? Now you can click finish. After clicking finish, this is how your report is going to look like. So as you can see, we have the grade here, and we have the birds. So it means all the grade 11s, those who are interested in birds, will be classified here. All the grade 10s interested in birds will be classified. There you go. And all the grade 12s, because remember we added 2 groupings, right? And then the second interest is what? Domestic. You'll have all the grade 10s interested in domestics. And then as you can see, we have page 1 of 5, meaning when we go to the next page, we'll get to see the grade 11s interested in farmyard, grade 10s in farmyard, grade 12s up until the last interest. And that's how you create a report. If whenever you feel like this report is missing something, or I want to add the title of the report, this one you have to go to the design view of the report, and you will then be able to modify it. Thank you for watching. See you on the next video when we do the calculations on the report from the design view. Bye.